we are going to break down the Slitterhead teaser trailer by Bokeh Game Studio, and we are going to find out what theories and what information we can gather from that game. Let's break down Slitterhead. Now before we start, this game is created by Bokeh Game Studio, which is founded by Keiichiro Toyama. I think that's how you say it.
Keiichiro Toyama.
Keiichiro Toyama. Perfect. The creator of Silent Hill and Siren. So we should be expecting big things from this game. Now, first things first, we need to find out where this game is taking place. Is it in this world? Is it a fictional place? Is it on this earth? Is it elsewhere in a different universe? We don't know, but let's try and break this down. There are so many places in the trailer that show writing that I would associate with the Far East. And seeing as Keiichiro Toyama is Japanese, I would assume that it's Japanese text. But I can only speak English. But thanks to the 21st century, Google can speak every language. So let's Google it. So seeing as the title of the actual game has some symbols there, I'll just take that, pop it into Google Translate, and voila! It's Chinese and it means wild dog. And out of curiosity, I wanted to know how to pronounce it.
野狗子.
Yeah, smashed it. So now we know that the game is actually called Wild Dog Slitterhead, and it's in China or a Chinese-speaking country. But where? Let's look at the trailer a little bit more. Maybe we can get some context as to exactly where it is. So I searched and searched until I found something. Right at the end of the trailer, there's a Hong Kong t-shirt. Okay, so let's assume it's in Hong Kong. So there's a place in Hong Kong that looks like this. It looks pretty distinctive. Compact, tall buildings that don't look well maintained. Then I found it. The buildings look the same. Colors look the same, the exact same look and feel. Kowloon Walled City, an ungoverned and densely populated Chinese enclave, originally a Chinese military fort. The walled city became an enclave after the new territories were leased to the United Kingdom by China in 1898. Its population increased dramatically following the Chinese occupation of Hong Kong during World War II. By 1990, the walled city contained 50,000 residents. Okay, so this is clearly where the game takes place. But now, let's find out when it took place. Kowloon Walled City was destroyed in March 1993 and was turned into a park in December 1995. So we know it probably takes place pre-1990s. I looked at the police uniform and they didn't look that much different between the 1960s to the early 90s, so nothing there. But all hope is not lost. What about the police cars? They should definitely be able to tell me at least what decade this scene is in. Looking at the rear right of the car, it looks like an oval-shaped emblem, much like a Ford logo. So I checked for our list of Hong Kong police vehicles used and found the Ford Telstar and the Ford Granada. After analysing the cars, I decided on the Ford Granada Geo Mark II, which was made between 1977 and 1985. So my guess is that the game will take place around 1980. So now we are in Kowloon City in Hong Kong in 1980. Next up is the biggest question: who are these monsters or aliens? Hopefully you're liking the video so far. If you are, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. As a small creator, it helps me out a lot. So thank you so much. Now back to who these aliens are. Now the first scene has a man that looks like he could be on his way home from a hard day's work in the office. Whilst walking down the alleyway, he sees an attractive woman whose face splits in two and reveals some teeth. First thing to note, there is no blood from the splitting of the face at all. So my first question is, can the aliens take form as humans, or do they have to capture the host like a parasite and take over the human body from the inside out? Our first alien close-up has a human head and the rest of the body acts as the end of its tail, which makes me think that it uses a human as a host to grow and is able to hide and expose itself at will. It also seems to come out of the neck, so maybe it mutates or replaces the spine of the person maybe? Also, there's a ball of light that looks like some sort of essence or spirit that flies into or possesses a human, which proves my point that the alien possesses a human host. You then see this man fall or jump from a building onto one of the aliens. Next minute, that same man is falling with a hole through him. So my guess is that he lost the fight with the alien. But I don't know what he got possessed with. So my final summary is that these aliens need a human host in order to function. And maybe they start off as this spirit orb thing, which leads me to my next point. Where do these aliens come from? Well, I highly doubt that it's government made, as it doesn't look like a virus, it's more of a spiritual orb. I think that it could have possibly been aliens from a different planet or different universe that decide to come to Earth to overtake it, and just so happen to start in Hong Kong. And I also think that the hostile takeover has just started because they sent the police and not the army, so they clearly do not know what they're up against. And also at the end there is a commercial plane flying overhead. Even though it looks dangerously close, I think that it signifies that life is normal at that point. And besides that alien lady, you can also see another man up there who could be normal or not, who knows? Comment down below what you think of this so far. I would love to hear your theories on it. Let's continue with the video. Last up, who are these masked alien fighters? They seem to have some sort of special powers, as this biker helmet guy comes swooping in as if he's Aang from The Last Airbender and starts bloodbending and creates a sword out of blood and goes on to chop the head off of one of the aliens. Maybe these masked people aren't human either, but they're just here to protect our planet. And the entire game is to work alongside the good aliens to fight the bad aliens. But that's just my theory. If you enjoyed this, then maybe you should check out my other theory on Celine from House of Ashes. I think you might like it. This is Nick Keys, and I'm out. Peace!